overthinking and depression and anxiety cannot exist on the same frequency as creation. I want to tell you something that has completely shifted the way that I perceive society, myself, and everything. You need to understand that anyone that you look at online, anyone that you walk by on a day-to-day basis, we all experience trauma. We all experience dark and negative thinking or anxiety or feelings that we are unworthy or not good enough. There is nothing wrong with you. There is nothing wrong with your experience. What you are experiencing and what feels so heavy and dark to you is just a part of the human experience. And here's the thing. We think they're bad, right? We think this anxiety and the darkness and the depression and all of the unworthiness and overthinking, we think it's bad because it feels so uncomfortable. But they are gifts that can propel you into a new reality. When I was diagnosed with OCD at a very young age, I literally just thought that I was doomed. I was like, okay, looks like these intrusive thoughts that literally drive me insane and that make me think I need to wash my hands 5 times. It looks like that's just my life, right? I have shifted realities in ways that I wish I could show you how good it gets on the other side. Because I understand energy alchemy. You need to start getting so responsible for the thoughts that you choose to feed and that you choose to pass as truth. Because there are, however many people exist on the planet, that's how many realities there are. So why do you think yours is truth? Why do you think this is how things are going to be forever? You can at any time decide to change it. So, when you have a negative emotion, when you have a negative thought, you need to lean into it. You need to allow it to flow through you. What this does, so this is the first step. What this does, it allows you to fully feel. Because most of us, we've been taught, especially in Western society, to numb your feelings. Numb your feelings with drinking, partying, social media, watching content that is like brain rot. Take your prescription medications. We've been taught to put band-aids over the real root problem. Even when you connect with people, what do you say? You say, hey, how are you? Fine. No one says the real truth. We have been taught to cover that up. So by first leaning into the negativity, I don't even like calling it that because I see it now as such a gift because it's just energy. Everything is energy. So leaning into what feels uncomfortable, I think that's a better way to say that. Allow it to take over you. And it does not matter how true it feels. It doesn't matter if it's like all encompassing because that is energy that you can use. The next step is to train your brain to understand that that is a cue. So whatever emotion you're feeling, whatever thought you have, that is a cue to design a new reality. You have designed the reality that you are currently living in. Every thought that you have about yourself or about the world, you have fed that. You have fed that over time, and that is what created that belief. And so you have these core beliefs, right? And so the majority of your thoughts are kind of centered around that. But I don't care how old you are, you can reprogram that. Neuroplasticity is real. Your brain is plastic. Your neurons can fire to make new connections if you have the discipline to continue to show up every day and show them what is reality. So what does this look like in practice? When I used to get, at the start of when my OCD started getting really bad, I started getting into this idea of energy alchemy. I was writing so much. I was journaling literally every single day. I was creating music. I was writing poetry, because creation does not exist on the same wavelength as depression and anxiety. It's not, because creation is what expresses energy. So whenever I used to have those anxious thoughts, whenever I used to have the anxiety arise, I would use that as a cue to create. I would use that as a cue to go for a walk, to go exercise and sweat, and like a really tough exercise, because you need to start using the thoughts that you don't want to be your reality and that scare you. You need to use them as cues to decide your new reality. And once you start doing that, you are literally unstoppable. You are literally unstoppable. Because you are no longer deciding to take them as truth. Next. In your current reality, the people that you see, the shows that you watch, the things that, the information that you consume, whether it's the news, even everything down to the weather and the clothes that you wear. Whatever your current reality is, you need to stop allowing yourself to get triggered by things you don't want to take with you. The majority of people, and myself included in the past, exist in a very reactive state. So like, someone bumps into you, you react, and you carry that energy with you all day. So what you did was you took that energy in the moment as truth, and rather than expressing it and getting rid of it and creating it and alchemizing it to your benefit, you took it with you and allowed that to be your reality. You allowed that energy to cloud your mind and cloud your judgment and show you a reality that you don't want, right? But so now, if you are currently existing in a reality that you don't want, you need to teach your brain to stop getting triggered at the things that you don't want to take with you. Now, I also wrote down certain emotions that I think they're really good for certain things. So, for example, when you feel lost, like when you feel like you're lacking clarity and you don't have an answer and like you don't know what to do in this current season of your life, that is your body telling you that you need to realign. So what that means is more meditation, more sitting in silence, more walks, going outside in nature if you can. What that means is slowing down. I do think that like being lost means that you have so much energy living in you right now, like you're probably picking up on so many people's thoughts and behaviors. I think being lost is so beautiful because it means that you're taking the time to question if the path you're on is truly yours. So you need to lean into it and try and figure out what is it that your body is trying to tell you. Because when you are feeling that feeling of being lost and that confusion, your body is trying to communicate. It's trying to say, hey, you're not going the right way. We need to pause and stop and realign and truly find what it is that we need and want, so that as soon as we hit that realignment, we can skyrocket. So that is that first emotion. Anger and anxiety, creation, my love. Creation. Whatever it is that you love doing as a child, that is your task. When someone pisses you the hell off, you need to alchemize that using art and using creation. Anger is exercise as well, like heavy weightlifting. I got into heavy weightlifting, and it has changed a lot for me. Depression and sadness, and the lower ones, the feelings of hopelessness, and very easy to cry, very easy to have those tears. That is also like beautiful for art, but I think I really recommend when you're in that state to write. To even turn on your phone camera and just talk to yourself, because you're in that very vulnerable state and you're probably moving through so many emotions. And if you write them all out, it's expressing it. It's taking a little bit out of your body. And here's the thing. If you are in that state right now and you're watching this, I've been there so many times, my love. I know what you're going through, and I feel you so deeply. And it feels like it's gonna last forever, doesn't it? Oh my God, it just feels like it's gonna last forever. It never does. It's the illusion. It's the illusion, because if you knew that it was gonna end soon, maybe even tomorrow, if you knew that, you wouldn't fully lean into it and listen to the lessons that it's trying to teach you. So you need to feel that sadness. You need to feel it. You need to cry and let it all out and really get to the bottom of what it is that your body's trying to tell you, because your body needs to express this energy. It needs to get it out. So just be so gentle and supportive of yourself during that time. Be so gentle and supportive, because I promise you, like, you're cocooning right now, but you're gonna get out of this, and it is gonna be so much better on the other side. You're gonna be like, holy crap, that's amazing. Amazing process. So I love you so much. I am sending you so much light and so much healing on this journey, because I know that you can take all of this excess energy and completely transmute it and alchemize it into something else. That is the answer that you're looking for. Start using your thoughts and your emotions as cues for what it is that you can do to completely transform. And I promise you, you can and you will. Your brain is so plastic. You are so powerful. With every single thought that you have, you are taking a vote for the kind of life that you want. So if you are having excess negative ones or dark ones, heavy ones that don't really align with who you want to be, transmute them, create, run, get into what you loved doing as a child and release it and let it go. Allow it to move through your body, because you can do that. I love you so much. I'm sending you so much light and love. If you resonated with this video, comment down below. And yeah, I would love to hear your story and connect with you. So, mwah, I'm sending you so much love. As always, if you would like a guided workbook to help you throughout this process, I will link my workbook down below. It is filled with so many of the tools and questions and inner work that has led me to this point. So if you would like that, it'll be linked down below, and I love you. Bye.